the example. A couple years ago, the dean asked if I would ask Jeff Immel, the CEO of General Electric, to be our commencement speaker. And he had been running GE Medical when I was running Baxter. And he was very gracious. He agreed to be the speaker. And if you're not that familiar with GE, I believe the sales are close to 180 billion, which is an old math major, I think, of about $500 million a day, including weekends. And they've got over, I think, close to 400,000 team members around the world. So I asked him, I said, I'm just curious. I said, a company and an organization as complex as GE, what is your main objective here? What do you focus on? And he said, Harry, my main focus is to try to figure out how I can be a better leader for my teams around the world. So I think about it very simply, common sense. If Jeff Immel's trying to figure out how to be a better leader, we all can figure out how to be a better leader, right? It really is a journey. The opposite. Because if you think about people that you've known early in your career that become amazing leaders, these are people who start leading long before they have anybody reporting to them. Right? They see an issue. I mean, people come to your mind. They see an issue. They see an opportunity. They don't let the organizational chart get in the way. Right? Rather than saying, oh, that's that division, that business, that function. Oh, I can't do that. No. These are people, they figure out a way to get it done. Okay? They refuse to let the organization get in the way. They realize that this organizational structure is important to somebody. Okay? And they want to be respectful of it, but it doesn't stop them. Right? They just get started. One of the big, enormous pieces of leadership, I believe, we didn't get a chance to get into, is this whole idea of feedback, okay? If I'm your boss, if I'm your leader, some people would say, well, it's probably a good thing for me to give you feedback. Some people, boy, really serious. I actually view it as a moral obligation. I view it as so important that I owe you on a not one time a year coming out of human resources, I owe you on a constant basis for you to know where you stand, what my sense is of your future potential, or full potential, and we're going to discuss that. So if I see a trend that you're not developing some of these, you and I are going to talk about it. There's going to be no surprise. The way I think about it is the only thing you don't know, the only reason you wouldn't know something about your performance is that you don't ask, and I didn't think of telling you because I thought I already told you, or I didn't think it was relevant. Another way of thinking is that everybody in this room that's been successful, you've been successful because there's a couple things you're really good at, right? So one thought is, how about continuing to get good at the things you're already good at? The things you're not good at, sure, try to get better, but if you can't, then surround yourself with people that are better than you are at the things you're not that good at, right? That's how this concept of a team came up several thousand years ago, right? I mean, hello, you're not going to be good at everything, so what are you good at? And then be open about it and surround yourself with people that are better than you are in the things you're not that good at. Now, when I mention this to executives a lot, people say, boy, I follow some of this, Harry, but this part I'm just not comfortable with. So what are you not comfortable with? Well, Harry, I'm not so sure I want my team to know what I'm not that good at. And of course, I'm the guy who has to remind them. They already know. Seriously, they already know. I mean, think about it. Every boss I've had, I don't mention names, every boss I've had, we could write a book on what they're not good at. I mean, so they know. There's no secrets involved here, right? In fact, every boss I've had, I know what they're not good at. All I care about is they know. As long as they know what they're not good at, we're going to be fine. If they don't know, we're going to have a meltdown, okay? So, hello, you might as well be open. What are you good at? What are you not good at, right? And by the way, another way to think about how true self-confidence is, I just really wonder, how am I? Well, here's another way to think of it. Rhetorical question for you, okay? Have you reached a point yet in your life, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever, have you reached a point where you no longer need to be right, okay? I'm related to some people who still have this problem, okay? They have to be right, okay? They've never been wrong. Kind of miserable way to go about things, right? Because nobody's, but if you're willing to admit, you know what? I don't know. I thought we should go east. That makes more sense. Let's go west, right? I think about it as you've reached a point where you are so focused on trying to do the right thing that you don't have to be right at all.